Can I just say this?
Yes.
I'm at this point, my whole agenda is to impress her right now. This is my whole agenda, to make her smile.
Are you pointing at my mom, JB?
Is that your mom?
She's
your
out
mom
there.
is beautiful.
She's waving at you. Nice.
She's beautiful.
My dad's next to her, so.
Okay.
Watch
Your
yourself.
dad looks like Kirk Pancratz.
So,
just kidding.
A quick update. So it looks like most of the races are decided. Kendra Horn is ever so slightly ahead still.
Yeah. And
Give it up for Kendra Horn, y'all.
So
I will say,
Oklahoma,
I think she might win this.
Oklahoma Watch is reporting they're not calling the race, but they're saying barring a major swing, Kendra Horn will be the next representative from Congressional District 5.
Wow. God, I bet she is.
That's good
I mean, look
news.
at that. That is less than a third of a point. Like, that's itty bitty.
It's not. Yeah, so it's 50.68 to 49.32.
Old numbers. We're doing the best we can, okay? Like, we got to, like, crop it and put it up there. So
I want to say that 87,326, I can account for that 26 because
how many times did you vote?
26 of those votes are from me because I tweeted at least.
I thought you voted 26
times.
I was like, you may have committed a felony there, JB, if you did that.
Ain't the first felony.
My name is
so.
John. Hello. That's fair enough. JB, thanks so much for coming on. I know that you have been somewhat politically involved in the last couple of years. Is that a new thing for you?
No, it's not a new thing because, I will say this. I told myself that I wouldn't get involved, at least this year, in any politics. I wouldn't, I would be neutral and not back anybody because it was important to me to just stay, to be who I am. And, I'm not, I try to be socially conscious, but I'm not really political, you know what I'm saying, at all. But what really got me involved was the Ward 7 issue with Nikki Nice and Kirk Pancratz, and I just felt like, me being from the East Side, I felt like it's important for somebody black. If I were a black teenager and I was looking at the city council, I would want to see somebody black in that position. You know what I'm saying? Who looked like me, who's from where I'm from, and so I just felt like what was going on in that situation was very important. And so that kind of put me out there, and after that, I had to get involved. So
once the seal was broken, you just got in there.
Yeah,
That's what happens.
I had to get in it. So
And you hit the ground running and kind of been going full speed ahead. You hosted an event here, right, at the Tower, Beats and Ballads.
Beats and Ballads.
Can you kind of tell us a little more about kind of exactly what that was and how it went and?
It actually went great. It was a dope. First of all, it was a dope hip hop show. We had Talib Kweli, and he was gracious enough to come for that type of event. But the point was just to for people like Kendra Horn, Drew Edmondson, Nikki Nice to be able to speak to an audience that they normally wouldn't be able to speak to, and we got to do that night. So that was the point.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Very cool.
So we were here. I was here in the lobby doing voter registration, and people said, that's silly. The registration deadline's already passed. And I will tell them, I registered people to vote that were like, I know I missed it, but can I do it for the next election? I said, come here. Fill it out. That's exactly right. We'll get you anytime.
Yeah.
Never too late to register to vote.
It's never too late, and that's the thing. People get caught up with deadlines and stuff like that, and then they stay home. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta get to a point where you're like, man, I can't stay home. Even if I missed the deadline, I gotta be available for the next election. Even if I don't want to stand in line, I gotta go stand in line. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of those things make people lazy and want to stay home. So I appreciate y'all for doing that.
Yeah, of course. So how did you reach out to Talib to make that happen?
Yeah, so Talib's DJ is a friend of mine for about 10 years. And I will say this about Talib Kweli. If you guys don't know who Talib Kweli is, he's an awesome rapper. He's with a group called Black Star. But there was a time when I was at South by Southwest, and the place I was supposed to stay, it fell through. And I really didn't have a place to stay, and he got me a hotel room and everything. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know me. I knew his DJ, and he took care of me. And ever since then, he's just been cool. And so we approached him with the idea of, beat some ballots, and he was down to do it because he felt it was just as important as we did. And he's not even from here, but he knew what it was. He knew what it was for. He knew that it was for the election in Oklahoma City, and he thought that was important, so he came.
Right. Yeah. Well, so he said something when he was here that really resonated with me about that he knows lots of people who don't vote, and he's got tons of reasons not to vote, right? Because the deck is stacked against him, or because it doesn't represent him, and all these reasons. But he realized that he participates in the political system, like in civics, whether he wants to or not. He pays taxes. Yeah. His kids go to school. He's on the PTA. Like, these are things that we all do, that our taxpayer dollars fund. And if you do that and then don't show up to have a voice, then you're just throwing money out the window. Yeah. And I was like, that's exactly right. That's the thing that I think resonates with people of like, you drive on these roads, you are a citizen in this place one way or the other.
Yeah, and the thing is, man, to be honest, for black people, we weren't allowed to vote for so long. And in a sense, we're still recovering from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, We're still recovering from that. And I think so a lot of it is that, and then a lot of it is just that we don't see anybody that looks like us, you know what I'm saying? And not just black people, but marginalized people in this country, period. We don't see anybody that represent us, whether you're black, brown, native, you know what I'm saying, whatever. We don't see that. And so I think a lot of times we feel like there's nobody that really can speak for us, But I think that at some point we have to take responsibility for ourselves and say that, okay, it's going to take time, but we got to get involved. We got to make sure that we're at the table. We got to make sure that our voice is heard, and we can do that by voting. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
right.
important.
Sure. That's exactly right. Jabee, would you ever consider running for office?
Can I tell you a secret? And it's not a secret. A few people know.
Yes. You want to whisper?
So there were a few people gassing me to run for mayor, and I thought, I was like, man, maybe I got a chance, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, man, like, if it's supposed to be, it'll be, But but I feel like for me, I try to be somebody who represents the people, and I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of things that, like, I have pimps and killers in my family, so I can't. I don't feel like I could ever run for any political office. You know what I'm saying?
Bill Clinton had his brother Roger, and people didn't like him. Do you remember Roger Clinton?
Yeah.
I don't.
But I will definitely support the people that I think are right for the job. But I don't know, man. I don't think about it really. I just think about what I'm doing right now.
But I mean, I'm not trying to encourage you to run. I'm not trying to discourage you either. But how many people out there would also say, like, I got pimps and killers in my life too.
Yeah.
And like in my family, and this guy represents me because he understands what it's like in a way that the other folks don't.
I never thought about it like that. That's real. I don't know. Like I said, man, if that's my brother Steven.
That's exactly right.
If it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. Right now, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like we're at a place, not just in our country, but as, looking around here and seeing what you guys did here tonight, we're at a place where anything can happen. Even though, like, things may not turn out the way we want them to turn out, we know that, like, the wheels are turning and the snowball is getting bigger and bigger, and things are going to change for the better. So I don't know. It could be possible. I might stop rapping one day and do that, but now I'm rapping.
They're not mutually exclusive. You don't have to stop that. You could be the first rapping mayor.
Truth.
That's true.
We need a new state song, I think. The Flaming Lips went off the rails. So.
Yeah, we need a new legit state song, but But I love Oklahoma, and that's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I live and die here, and everything I do is about Oklahoma. And if it comes to that point, and and it happens, then I'll be just as battered as I am for music. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever else I do. But I don't know, man. There are a bunch of great people who I feel like are in the positions to do the job and get the job done. You know what I'm saying? And I'm backing them and supporting those people.
That's right. And whether or not you voted for somebody,
Yeah.
they still represent you, right? I try to tell people this all the time.
I'm gonna say this. I knew it was gonna be bad for 2 reasons. I'm gonna say this, 2 reasons. The first reason was when I got to the polls today, I didn't have to wait. I went right in and voted. I was like, that's not a good sign. And then the second reason is I'm the only black person I feel like I'm in here. So, or one right there. I'm the only, so there's like 3 black people in here. 3 right there. 4, 5, 6. So I'm walking out of the whatever you call it, place where you vote. What's that called?
Polling place.
Yeah.
The polling place. I'm walking out of the place. I'm taking a selfie of my sticker, right? And somebody drives by and goes, "Yeah, vote, nigga." And I'm thinking, "Oh, we gonna lose." I was like, "It's over." I was like, "Oh, it's over." They literally drove by and said that. "Yeah, vote." And I was like, "Oh, it's over." That person obviously didn't vote. It was definitely a joke to that person and probably a bunch of other people just like them. But the point is that for people like that, like that's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? They don't know me yet. You know what I'm saying? But they will know me. And in 4 years, that person in that car is gonna be voting. I promise to God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So and I will say one of our let's clap for that. One of our dreams with Let's Fix This that we've talked about since the beginning is like after the next statewide election, which happened today, looking at which precincts didn't turn out to vote, and then next time, or between now and then, like going to knock doors, like get a crew of people to go and just be like, "Hey, I know you didn't vote. That's okay. Tell us why." Yeah. And like try to find out and start that now, right? So that they know in 2020.
Yeah, and it's so crazy. Like I was getting my haircut today on the east side, and I was talking to my barber about this event tonight, and I'm trying to get him to come. And, you know, he didn't vote, but he was saying, like, if I was to vote, who should I vote for? You know what I'm saying? And it's like how do we not know? But that was somebody at that point. If I had went in, you know, a few weeks ago to get a haircut, he would have been at the polls voting. You know what I'm saying? Right. And he was like, "Yo, if you was running, I'd vote for you." You know what I'm saying? But the point is that, man, we got to get out and talk to people because people really don't know. You know, and a lot of things they don't know is they don't know what they believe in. They don't know who to vote for. They don't know, you know what I'm saying, what things they should get behind. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta start to like educate people and talk to people and just get out and get out and engage. You know.
You are, I think, 100% right on that. Like, I couldn't agree more. You know, one of the things that frustrates me is like people. There's like this idea, right, that you shouldn't talk about politics, right? Like, oh, we don't want to talk about politics with friends. You don't want to talk about it with family. You don't want to talk about it at work because, God forbid, you might like disagree with somebody, right? And I think you're 100% right. Like, we should be having conversations with people that we interact with on our daily lives, right? Like the guy that cuts your hair. You can talk about politics with the guy that's cutting your hair.
And you're exactly right. And you're gonna have those uncomfortable conversations. But I like uncomfortable conversations. You know, like some of the people I'm the most closest to is because I've had those uncomfortable conversations with them. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And they can get uncomfortable, but you gotta have them. You have to, because if you don't, they won't see your side. They won't understand. They won't know unless you talk to them.
That's exactly right. Jabee, thanks so much for being here, man.
Jabee, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hang tight 1 second. We're gonna wrap up. Let's just wrap up real quick. I think most of the races have resolved, so it's not like we need 15 more minutes to like hash it out. Kendra and Steve are still super close.
That's about the only thing that remains in question right now. So one other number that I want to like update. What?
So I just heard that Steve Russell's not going to attend his own watch party this evening.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, we'll let that speak for itself. Statewide turnout, the state election board is estimating statewide turnout 55.26%.
Wow,
that is huge.
That is huge.
So
I mean, yeah.
That is
give it up for yourselves for that, yo. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No.
That's a good turnout's a big deal. Turnout in 2014 is the. Oh, in the primaries.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I will find that out, and
Yeah.
we will record it on our podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ooh, that reminds me. JB, you got a podcast.
I do have a podcast. My podcast is called Grand Union, and we are shooting a live podcast on Thursday in the Tower Studio. If you want to come, definitely come to that. We
What
shoot
time?
It's 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. We'll be in the theater, and we will be interviewing Nikki Nice, who just won Ward 7. She'll be here, and we have an awesome rapper. His name is Original Flow, and he'll be here. So.
Excellent. Is it, say it again, Tuesday or Thursday?
Thursday at
Thursday
6 p.m.
6.
in the theater. In the studio.
Upstairs in the
Yes,
in the
upstairs
theater.
in the studio.
Anybody's welcome to come.
Anybody's welcome to come.
Nice. So it's a video podcast.
It'll be live. It'll be on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, and we'll record it. It'll be on our YouTube, and it'll also be on our podcast that we will release later in the week. But yeah, so anybody's
Right on.
welcome to come. And like I said, Original Flow and Nikki Nice, who is now the city council for Ward 7. So yeah,
Super
I gotta
exciting.
leave here and go to her watch party on the east side. So.
Right. Scott, any last thoughts before we wrap up here?
No, I think it was certainly an interesting night. You know, there's I would say for the most part, the governor's race did not go the way that most people thought it would go. The 5th congressional
I mean,
district.
clearly it did. Most people voted for Stitt.
Well, no, that's yes, true, but like I would say that in terms of people that were talking about what they thought was going to happen, I don't think most people. I think most people would have projected a much closer race, regardless of who the winner was. And I think that I'm a little. I think a lot of people would be a little surprised at how close it is in the 5th district, particularly given the lopsided win in the governor's race.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think the night went largely kind of how we thought it would.
Incumbents won in Oklahoma.
Yep.
All right. Well, hey, I will say.
Can I say one thing? I'm sorry. Can
Yeah,
I say
please
one
go
thing?
ahead. Whew.
I just, people get discouraged around this time, but I just want to say, for all of you guys who are fighting the good fight, never give up, okay? Never give up. I know it's discouraging, and we feel like, things aren't going our way, but never, ever give up. Where if there's a scripture that says, if two or more gather, you know what I'm saying, and there are way more than two of us in here, so never give up. We got this, I promise.
Amen.
Hey, thanks, JB.
All right. Hey, on that note, we're going to wrap up. Thank you all who hung out to the end, for one.
Yes.
Everyone got disappointed like an hour ago and was like, I'm going to go home and cry. And maybe they're watching on Facebook. Sorry about you. Thank you all for being here. If you will throw your trash away, I would appreciate it because that'll make it easier for our
Be a
team.
huge help. If you have trash, if you could throw
Anyone
it away.
who wants to hang out and help clean up, we will accept your donation of time and effort. Also, Scott and I are going to record a wrap-up podcast tomorrow. It will come out probably tomorrow night or Thursday. So look up Let's Pod This on wherever you find your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, Google, all those things, or our website. Please go to our website, letsfixthisok.org. Sign up for our newsletter. I promise no spam, like literally once or twice a month at most. I don't have time to send any more than that. We'll keep you informed about upcoming events starting in a few weeks. So everyone who left, I didn't announce this earlier. On the day before Thanksgiving, Wednesday the 21st, we're going to host a West Wing watch party right up there in the, balcony. We've done 2 of these before at the Wheeler District. That was fun. It's too cold for the Tower Cinema. Thank you, Stephen. In the Tower Cinema. So a West Wing watch party. It'll be free. We'll watch a Thanksgiving Day episode, which is always great.
Are we watching Shibboleth?
Perhaps.
It's the best one, y'all.
We'll start with that one. Fine, Scott. And
best
then,
one.
so we'd love for you to come. If you haven't watched The West Wing, this is a great introduction. We'll do that and have a brief conversation with a few panelists afterwards. All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for attending the inaugural Election Night show.
Hope you guys
Be sure
had
to
fun.
tip. Ooh.
I hope it,
Be
hope
sure
it-
to
hope it
tip
was
your
fun.
bartenders and have a great night.
All right.